Let's do it. Let's end our careers together as a team. Let's show them all what we can do. Go.
Yo, party people, what is up? It's your boy, the best gabber in the biz. What a solid episode of Dynamite. The 4-year anniversary was a super solid show and laid the groundwork for not only an awesome title Tuesday this coming Tuesday night with awesome main events and first time ever matchups like Swerve versus Danielson and Hangman versus Jay White for the first time ever, as well as Adam Copeland versus Luchasaurus, but it laid the huge groundwork for future feuds and future awesome moments down the line, like all out scissor parties between the Acclaimed and MJF and Jay White, and the beginning of Adam Copeland's and Christian Cage's huge feud with just 3 simple words: go fuck yourself. Guys, don't worry. Everything that happened here on the show tonight, Dynamite's 4-year anniversary show, you're going to hear right here, right now. So get ready to like and subscribe if you haven't done it already, because the newest episode of The Gift of Gabe covering tonight's Dynamite starts right about, you already know what time it is, now. Okay guys, so we got things kicked off here on Dynamite tonight, huge way, with an incredible match going back to one of the early episodes of Dynamite. Rey Fénix defending the International Championship against one half of the Young Bucks, 1/3 of the Ring of Honor 6-man champions, Nick Jackson. Match-wise, this was incredible. Just like they did 4 years prior on one of the early episodes of Dynamite, these two absolutely tore down the house. Guys hyped, guys excited for the rest of the show, which was totally dope. But in the end, Rey Fénix retains the International Championship. As expected, Nick didn't really need the belt. Plus, Rey Fénix doesn't need to drop the title just yet. But speaking of dropping the title, it looks like next week might actually be the opportune time, because they booked the rematch. 3rd match of the trilogy, pretty much. Jon Moxley versus Rey Fénix. It looks like they're going to try to rectify the situation that happened back at Grand Slam. Give Moxley back the International Championship. Now, I know some of you guys are like, okay, that's fine. Giving Moxley the International title back, that's all good. But if you pay attention, that moment will lead to something totally great, or should I say absolute, because if you notice back at Wrestle Dream, Ricky Starks and Jon Moxley were staring it down eye to eye, and despite the fact that he and Big Bill are going to be in an AEW World Title Tag Team title match against FTR this coming Saturday on Collision, definitely going to make sure to check that out, by the way. I definitely think Moxley wins the International Championship next week, and then we start building over the next 7 weeks to Full Gear on the pay-per-view. Absolute Ricky Starks versus Jon Moxley for the International Championship, and that'll be where the workhorse of Collision, the face of Collision, and maybe the face of all Elite Wrestling, because there's only one that's so absolute. Ricky Starks there wins his first championship, the International Championship, over Jon Moxley. I'm really hoping that this is the way that's going to go, but it's clearly showing that after Wrestle Dream that there's going to be a Starks-Moxley feud, and I think they're going to use Moxley getting back the title to then use it to put Starks over and give him the International Championship, because who better to have that workhorse title than Ricky Starks, and he'll have an absolute reign with it that can last 5, 6, 7, hell, an entire year if he wants to. Because he's just that damn good. And more importantly, absolute. Guys, in case you missed it, because it was pretty fast, but it definitely was brutal, Wardlow is back. Dude, holy freaking crap. Dude has been gone since he lost the TNT Championship back to Christian Cage. That's right, to Christian Cage, not Luchasaurus, because Christian Cage has been the real TNT champion all this time. If you have been paying attention, back on the first episode of Collision, back on June 18th. He has been gone. We've been wondering what happened to him. Where has he been? Guess what? Came back tonight, beat the living shit out of Griff Garrison, like with what, 5 or 6 power bombs, and then just he literally came out, hit him with power bombs, didn't even have to pin him because the ref had to call it off. It was so brutal, and then just went right through the crowd and dipped. Didn't even say a word. He was just, and if you've been paying attention to like what he's been saying, like in interviews, Twitter, whatever, he says he's coming back. He's going to like shows people like the word respect, and teach some boys around there in the locker room a lesson. Warlow is not playing around. I think he might be coming back as a full-blown monstrous heel, and this was just the first start. So, Wardlow, welcome back. I cannot wait to see the rest of what he's got planned for his return now that the War Dog may be now on a war path here in All Elite Wrestling. Speaking of that Warlow return, though, in my mind afterwards, I was like, yo, he might be a heel, he might be a wrecking machine. He could be another good candidate to join the Don Callis family. But turns out Don Callis was reading my mind and went a whole step higher because he actually had someone in mind to be the next member of the Don Callis family, and that man is Powerhouse Hobbs. After Jericho and Omega get the win over Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita of the Don Callis family, which, by the way, Kenny finally got a big win without Don Callis in his corner. First one since the betrayal. Great job for them, Kenny. But didn't really last long because afterwards, Jericho and Omega both got laid out and got their asses beat by Powerhouse Hobbs, who looks like he is now the newest addition to the Don Callis family. And I'm just going to say it right now because I kept trying to figure out this question the entire beatdown. How the hell are you going to stop the Don Callis family now? You already had Will by God Ospreay, the IWGP United Kingdom champion, one of the best in the world, and he's not even all elite yet. Come February, he will be. Konosuke Takeshita, one of the best young athletes in the entire world. Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, and now Powerhouse Hobbs, who is literally a monster. Dude, what the hell are you going to do to stop this group? This family might now truly be unstoppable. So say your prayers, write whatever in whatever good book that you have, because the new chapter in the book of Hobbs is titled Destruction, and he is about to destroy every single person here in AEW more than he ever has before, now that he is in the Don Callis family and now has the evil mind of Don Callis actually pulling the strings, being the puppet master of this family. Holy shit. Everybody in AEW take notice. The Don Callis family is coming to truly make AEW their home. Guys, we have all kinds of dope shit loaded up for next week on Title Tuesday. After everything that went down in NXT with John Cena and Cody Rhodes both being announced for that Tuesday episode coming up, we were like, okay, how's AEW going to respond? Some people were like, yo, AEW is going to be so screwed, this. Well, that one, it's a really cool thing for pro wrestling fans, period. You can go watch either one, and it's a great time. But Tony Khan and AEW responded fantastically in kind. Next week, first time ever matchups like Hangman Adam Page, Jay White for the first time ever. Holy shit. I mentioned it earlier. Mox versus Penta versus Rey Fenix for the International Championship. You already got Adam Copeland versus Luchasaurus, and they also added another huge match on free TV. That's insane. Swerve Strickland versus the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. What? Guys, these are two dudes who are not only just the best in the world, but two guys that when you put them out there have great match after great match after great match after great match. So what? So when they do it against each other, oh my God! Like, you gotta breathe, you gotta catch your breath after this because it's insane. And the stakes are huge. The winner will be the #1 contender for Father of the Century and greatest TNT champion of all time, Christian Cage's TNT Championship. Now look, Swerve is probably going to be end up losing this because Danielson, the big face, has to face the menacing heel of Christian Cage. Because we're not ready for Swerve versus Christian Cage and that menace showdown on the mic. We're not ready. We're not ready. We don't have the energy, the laugh capacity, and just we don't have it. We're not ready. We can barely handle Danielson and Swerve as it is, and let alone Danielson versus Christian Cage, which will be a great program mic-wise and in the ring. So, Tony Khan, thank you a million times. Thank you for booking this incredible Title Tuesday card. Most of all, Swerve versus Danielson. Bro, just that match itself and all moments leading it afterwards. Oh, God. It's going to be so fucking great. Guys, we're speaking about Jay White and, implications all world for championships and all that. Guess what? It has now been made official. Jay White, MJF, AEW World Title, main event of full gear. It will mark pretty much a whole calendar year since MJF has been AEW World Champion. It is signed, it is booked, it is delivered. We are ready. We are ready to feast on that masterpiece. Now look, honestly, straight up, I've said before, in terms of those two fighting, I kind of have it going 50-50 on who could walk out as champion, because it'll be a year MJF has been champion. He'll be officially the longest reigning champion. Jay White and Bullet Club Gold are on absolute tear. One of the best parts of Collision and AEW as a whole. So I can see him winning on that front. But if they're planning on doing the monthly pay-per-view thing, so it looks like they're probably going to do like a New Year's Smash type pay-per-view on like December 30th. That's the last Saturday of the year. And I think MJF would be great to have as champion for that, because he can slightly kind of play into the fact, or his opponent can play into the fact, it's like, hey, dude, your contract's up on January 1st, which will be like the next day. So it could be like, I'm going to beat you and send you out of this company. And from that standpoint, it would add a whole lot of extra drama that they could play into. So from that sense, I can see MJF winning. So it's a toss-up, and over these next 7 weeks, maybe the tips will scale back and forth, but I really don't know. But what I'm really excited about is MJF and the Acclaimed actually getting to team up over these next 7 weeks. I love how they acknowledge the MJF Max Caster bromance, one-sided, bromance that Max has literally been doing for years, calling him his boyfriend and all the creepy, sexy text that literally made Max say, dude, I'm going to get a restraining order against you. Chill. Over these next 7 weeks, we got to have MJF getting an all-out scissor party with Daddy Ass, Caster, and Bowens, the Acclaimed, dude. That will literally be the biggest scissoring of all time. The reaction, the moment itself will be like, we're melting from the sheer heat of that awesomeness. So, let's go. 4-on-1, the champ needs some help. Daddy Ass and the Acclaimed are already here to help. So, let's build this awesome cinematic story. We went from an MJF becoming our scumbag in the bromanship of Better Than You, Baby. Now it's time for him to really get some more friends in the Acclaimed and have the best scissor ring session ever with his main bro, Rap Master Caster, and the rest of the Acclaimed. Scissor me, dudes. This is gonna be great. Guys, Adam Copeland is here in AEW, and in his first promo, his mission statement, it was absolutely incredible. Name drop guys like Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, Jay White, and Powerhouse Hobbs and Miro. So much more literal dream matches that we can all see all these year. Hell, even T's going after the AEW World Championship. I think he'll challenge for that belt at some point, but I think just like he did in WWE, But I think the main reason he's here is to help the other talent. I don't know how interested he really is in becoming AEW World Champion. But hey, you never know. If it happens, it happens. That'd be super cool as shit. But point is that it resulted in what was the foundation of what's going to be a great rivalry and eventual great reuniting and partnership and friendship between Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. He was like, dude, we've been best friends for 40 years. 40 years, and there's only one thing I want to do. I want to end my career with you, bro. Let's tag team one more time. It's time for us to go out as a tag team one last time, fight guys like the Young Bucks, FTR, and prove one last time why we are one of the best tag teams to ever exist in pro wrestling, sports, entertainment, whatever you want to call it. And you gotta be honest, Christian Cage, he looked a little freaking emotional. He was just like, oh man. He really let it sink in, looked at this TNT title, and hugged his brother, Adam Copeland, best friend of 40 years, and in 3 simple words, gave his answer of, go fuck yourself, Adam Copeland. I'm the TNT champion. I'm the father of the century. I'm the father figure AEW and the world desperately needs. So no, screw you and your freaking invitation. I'm going to watch my dude Luchasaurus beat the hell out of you. And if somehow you survive that, I'm going to prove to you once and for all why I've always been better, why I am the TNT champion, why I am superior in my company and you are not. Next week's match with Luchasaurus is going to be fantastic. And this whole feud of Edge versus Christian Cage, whether it still has a title on the line or not, after he gets through with Danielson, I don't know. But point is, Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, this feud is going to be money in 2023. And it's crazy that we're going to be saying it in this year. But it is going to be so good. And it started with go fuck yourself tonight. But by the end of it, we're going to be like, let's fucking go. You guys, that is Dynamite. We are Dunsky. Put it in the rear view mirror. As awesome as it was, we still got so much cool shit coming up. Like, first off, the road to Full Gear is still like 6 or so weeks away. We got our main event, MJF, Jay White, and we're going to add so much more to that card over the next 6 or so weeks. But this Friday night, SmackDown, the last stop before Fastlane this Saturday night. John Cena and LA Knight are going to have one more big message to Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline before they attempt to kick that ass at Fastlane. Yeah. And, well, I'm sure we'll see more of the LWO and the Hurt Business 2.0 of Lashley and the Street Profits before they collide in their huge 6-man tag team match. And then Fastlane this Saturday night. Cena, LA Knight, yeah. Versus the Bloodline. Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura, world title last man standing match. Street Profits, Bobby Lashley versus LWO. Rey Mysterio and the rest of his boys in that faction. And so much more. And then, guys, next week, huge week, Title Tuesday and NXT are going head to head. Title Tuesday is super lined up. I've already given you the amazing card. Jay White versus Hangman. Swerve versus Danielson. Edge. Adam Copeland, god dang it. Versus Luchasaurus. And so much freaking more. Guys, you're not going to want to miss any of these shows. You're definitely not going to want to miss what your boy, the best gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. So, like I said before, please keep liking. Please keep subscribing. And most importantly, keep remembering that when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe right here. Okay, you guys, I will see you after SmackDown this Friday to see who's standing tall before Fastlane. So, until then, you guys, I will see you later and see you on Friday. Deuces, puces. I'm out of here.